Hi, this is Matthew Peters, and I want to talk to you about a really cool tool. It's called Handbrake.fr. Now, a lot of us have old video files that we shot on a camcorder or on an older digital camera, and we have those files on our computer, and we really can't use them for the web, so they're just sitting on our hard drive. Well, this little tool here will allow you to convert it to something that people can actually watch on the internet in a decent quality. So I'm going to click here to download it now. If you have a Mac or Windows, you just click on either one, and you'll get this program here, Handbrake. And it looks like this. So a couple of things I'm going to show you here. First of all, this is where you would select your video. So the first thing you do is you find your video. Let's just say, okay, this one's 86 megabytes. It's pretty big. It is an MP4, but we can even make it smaller. This is probably MP4 right out of one of the old digital camcorders I had. All right. And so another cool thing about this is, let's say you have a folder with all the same type of videos in it. You could just select, say there was 10 videos in there. You put them all in there. Say, I want everything to come out of this thing as an MP4. And you can go through and select all the different things you want. But the neatest thing about this is you can batch. So if you have a bunch of old videos and your computer's a little bit slower, you can have it run overnight or just when you're away, so you're not tying up your computer. So once you choose your file, you need to know where it's going to be saved to. So I'm going to save it to the same one. I'm just going to call it conversion 02. You can name it anything you want. So this is where it's located. So flip share. So those are old flip videos that I have. Old meaning 2 years. And you see this right here. The source is 1280 by 720. So we want to actually go a little bit smaller than that. And to make sure that everything plays on the iPod, iPad, iPhone, all that, I go with the universal. The universal is 720 wide, which is still plenty big for anything you do on the web. iPod, you'll notice if you do it for iPod, it's going to make it really small. I never like that codec setting. iPhone and iPod Touch, again, 480, that's still going to be small. That's not going to seem like high definition for people that are going to watch that same video file on the internet. So we're going to stick with universal. A couple other things you're going to want to look at is your video. You want it to be H.264, and then I do change the bit rate from 700 to about 500. Feel free to play around with this. Do a few different trials here. Another thing I want to show you is this two-pass encoding. So it does one pass that's minimal quality, and then you do a second pass that actually boosts the quality at that same bit rate. So it's worth taking a little more time, especially when you automate it and you batch everything, just to let it run and do a two-pass. Turbo pass is you're probably going to lose a little bit of quality, but it's just faster. You want to go with the H.264. It's a great, very standardized format. And your audio, just leave that alone. And you don't really need to do anything with chapter subtitles or anything like that. The last thing you want to do is click on Web Optimized. If you don't do that, what happens is it's going to create a file that someone would download completely, then click play. But if you're going to be doing this for your website or for iPhones or mobile applications, you want to make sure that it's web optimized, so it has a compressed head to it, and it'll just start playing, and then it'll stream after it, so they can click play and it begins playing instead of having to wait for everything to download. One last thing I want to show you here is if you're not sure if these settings are going to work for you, you can do a 10-second duration, a 5-second duration, and you click play with QuickTime, and then once you do that, it'll do a render. It's going to do those two passes, and then it's going to play it in QuickTime. It's going to show you what the whole file is going to look like. So it gives you a little sample. It's an excellent program. It is free. It's called Handbrake. Go to handbrake.fr and download it and use it in your tools of just anytime you have some videos that you want to get on the internet and you want to make sure that they're going to be playable on every device. Any questions, leave them down below this video.